1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your shadow with me?
Time to get I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs, fantasies, and fetishes? Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about why closure is not important. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about why closure is not important, and I have 2 emails to help you understand why I say that. Now, sometimes after a breakup, our mind goes back and forth about things, and we replay things, and it's kind of like a tennis match in our mind, and it's just like this never-ending situation where we want to know one way or the other what's going to happen, what's going on. We have these intrusive thoughts that just consume us. Now, because we don't know how to handle that uncertainty and those thoughts going back and forth, we want a resolution, and we kind of try and force a resolution, and this is unhealthy for you and it's unnatural. And when I say that, what I mean is when you're forcing the resolution, or you're forcing your hand or trying to make it go one way or the other, it's not a natural way to play out like it needs to. You're doing it out of your anxiety. You're doing it because you're trying to soothe your own anxiety. So, the best way to handle this situation, especially if you want the person to be interested in you again, is to give them time and space. But if you're having that anxiety and those intrusive thoughts, you're probably, trying to get comfort, and you're trying to force the resolution to get comfort. Especially those of you guys who have an anxious or an avoidant attachment style. You can't handle the uncertainty of the situation. And because you're, insecure about things, and you have insecure attachment styles, you want to force it. And I think that what's going on is, in your mind, you're probably unconsciously hoping that you can force commitment, that by putting pressure on the situation, it's going to cause that other person to want commitment. But let me tell you something. If you believe that you can talk to them about the situation and discuss your feelings, or buy their love and affection with gifts, None of that works. The conversation doesn't work. I know in theory it sounds great. It sounds logical. It makes sense in your mind. It looks good in the movies and in the TV shows. But it doesn't work.
I'm with him. People be wanting those conversations, but the reality of it is you nor your partner are trained to listen without judgment. This is why you go to therapy. Soon as they get to revealing what they believe is their truth, somebody's going to be triggered. Somebody ain't going to be happy about what they hear. Oh, this is interesting. I love these clips. I love them. Yo, we got Kenny on the line from Detroit. Kenny, get back in here, brother. We got some work to do, man.
Yeah, I mean that the last person who spoke on relationship and closure and how we don't need it. I'm still rocking with what Attila said. I think it's personal. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be seeking a conversation, a discussion about why, or needing to hear it from someone else. I mean, just worrying about fixing your flaws, whatever you came into a relationship and identified for yourself. Like for me, the anxious, people pleasing, and trying to be what you think I should be or what you believe it's what it takes. Like in a relationship, we shouldn't have to do like that. Work should be natural, like and if it isn't natural, it just isn't right.
And let me ask you, what is your attachment style? Or what do you believe it is?
I would say anxious, preoccupied for sure.
So let me ask you a question. Do you feel like you are owed, right, a reason for why the relationship has broken down? Do you feel like sometimes they leave you high and dry and you don't get the closure that you're seeking?
No, I think it's all me. I think I'm a little mature, a little aware. Good. It's just I may get triggered and I may relapse or something, and may forget. We blinded by the chaos, but then I'll eventually come out of it. So I don't look for, I really do a lot of thinking as an anxious. I do a whole lot of thinking. So I'll play things out in my head and figure out, what's the logical, what's the right way to, heal whatever problem I have, in the best way that I know. Going to counseling, seeking help from support groups, getting conversations like this, just trying to just keep continuing to work until it works.
Right. And I love that, and I respect that, and I commend you for having that stick-to-itiveness to see yourself through this process, because it is indeed a process. Now, my question to you is, you were asking for clarity earlier, and we were going back and forth, and I just want to make sure that you got the clarity you were seeking.
Absolutely, it was an eye opener. Really, I believe, like in the past, I've had this consciousness of this level of consciousness for myself, like out seeking love outwardly. It's not what I've learned from the conversation, from watching the show from yesterday again, watching some of the videos I saw online, is that I've drawn a conclusion that it's just, from everything that I don't need to seek love from someone else, I should be still in my love. Like my love should be unchanged. And that's what we were talking about. Like unconditional love should be unchanged. That I shouldn't have to get it from you. I shouldn't change, emotionally because you're not providing. I should remain in my love. However, like your love, that doesn't mean you have to stay in a relationship with someone. And I'm realizing that. I'm understanding that. Forcing somebody to be what you think love is not right.
And yeah, and I think because we covered that yesterday, and I think it's a big point here. The fact that you know or you have an idea of what your attachment style is. You say you think it's anxious, preoccupied, and yes, what comes with that is a worthiness wound. You want to feel worthy from the outside, where your partner makes you feel like you're valued. I understand that, but then do you see how it distorts, right, what we think love is? Love is not a verb. Love is not a set of behaviors, right? Love is a state of consciousness. And when I say it's a state of consciousness, and I told you this before, love is one of the most bastardized words in the English language, because people think they have an idea of it. And I was trying to explain what we have at a fear-based level is really attachment. What we have at a shame-based level, a guilt-based level, an apathetic-based level of consciousness is really attachment, right? So you knowing your attachment style, do you know the associated attachment wound that comes with it? Do you know? Do you know the wound that is associated with anxious, preoccupied?
I draw it to not being celebrated as a child, like not coming up and having to suppress a lot of things because I was too, worried about what others were going to say, my cousins, or just being dismissed. I think it's something, it draws from that, like not getting enough attention.
Do you feel that in your adult relationships?
For sure.
And do you seek it?
I was absolutely. Absolutely. I don't like it, but it's there. And I'm trying to get out of it.
So let me just say this. The attachment. Let me just say this, brother. The attachment styles are not like the different houses in Gryffindor. Just because somebody put you in Slytherin doesn't mean you got to stay in Slytherin. You can go to Gryffindor. Right? You can go to Hufflepuff. You don't have to stay, right, anxious, preoccupied. You have to actually look into what that wound is about, where it came from, and what the symptoms of that particular wound is. Right? Because love is not about, and this is how you're framing it. Love is about you receiving, listen how I'm going to frame this and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Love is about receiving what you did not receive as a child.
Love is receiving what you did not receive as a child?
I'm asking you, is that how you frame it? Right? Like you said, you gave us an example of, being dismissed. I'm asking you, as you saying, go ahead.
I would say no. Not in my relationships. I just look for I do look for mutual love. Like I like if I'm giving love, I would like it back. But it's not like I guess you could say I'm expecting it in a sense, but it's not dry. It's not dry.
Kenny, I'm not finna let you play with me. Kenny, I'm your brother. I'm not finna let you play with me. I'm not finna let you find the words that are most comfortable for you. So I'm gonna ask it a different kind of way. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love you?
10, for sure. 10.
Every aspect, dark, light? Because you say you are anxious, preoccupied, but then you're also saying things that are not congruent with being anxious, preoccupied. I'm just trying to figure it out.
The validation, I'm drawing it because of like the validation, the seeking, like seeking validation, seeking love all the time. It's something is pushing me through that. To that.
Do you hear the incongruence in what you're saying? You can't say I love myself at the 10 level, but I'm seeking love. That's a contradiction. Because if you're loving yourself totally, in totality, the fullness, the light, the dark, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, if you love every aspect of yourself, you will not be seeking it externally. You would be radiating it, and just like the sun has a gravitational pull that keeps all of the planets in orbit, people who also love themselves would come into your orbit because you love you. Now, how are you going to be seeking something that you have already traced back to your childhood? That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to let you go back and forth. You can't say I'm anxious, preoccupied, and then exhibit or say, oh, I got this exhibition of secure attachment. Like, oh, I love myself 100%. It's not jiving, bruh.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it really. I don't know. It's just the love that that's everybody doesn't. Well, let me ask you: doesn't everyone want love? Doesn't everybody want that?
But if
so
you
don't
listen, if you are love, do you want it?
I guess that's true.
Do you see? Like you playing with me right now. That's what I said. You stay with me. Don't you leave. Kenny, you sit right there. When we come forward, me and Kenny go keep cooking.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Tavis is like George and Wheezy. He's moving on up. Last year, Tavis was number 45 on the Talkers magazine list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. Wait for it. Wait for it. The 2024 list was recently released, and Tavis has jumped to number 33 on the list of the nation's most important talkers, making him the highest-ranked African-American on the coveted roster. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got you black.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Brooklyn.
a stash and a dash, hold 2 heaters, block eye, put holes through beaters, ghetto fast, throw through cheaters, ballin'. Brooklyn Dawn, addicted to Chris, hooked on Dawn, 50 G's, hook the song. Ma, I wanna see how you look in thongs, hustling. Guys are simpos, cause I chop rocks the size of Mentos. Blame me, I tried to hint. Look at the hurt, your eyes are swing closed. Pimpin', here's a new way to flirt. Now listen to the two-way you learn it goes. Let's go, VIP, boo, raise your skirt. Holla back, youngin'. Holla back. Holla back, youngin'. Holla back. Holla back, youngin'. Holla back.
I'm coming to you a little bit more raw than usual. I still have my headset in because I just finished a one-to-one session with a client. And I wanted to talk about something immediately because it's at the very tip of my brain and wanted to address it while it's there and feeling the most relevant. Now, why it's feeling the most relevant is because this is something that I've been contemplating in my own life a lot lately, and it's come up a few times in one-to-one sessions with clients and even with members of my membership community, the Shift Society. And this one thing is leading to a lot more resentment, hurt feelings, and anger than it needs to. And so today I want to talk to you about this, about one big reason why we often struggle with resentment or anger or hurt feelings or getting frustrated easily with other people, and how we can switch this one in order to just have more peace, be happier, have better relationships, all things that I'm sure we all want. So stay tuned. Going to talk to this one today about this one today, and it's going to help you just really get a handle on feeling less resentful, less angry, and less hurt. If you're new here, welcome to our incredible little corner on the internet. Take a second, introduce yourself in the comment section below if you are back again. Always good to have you. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Buttons are about right down there. If you get something out of this video, if you could like it, that would be amazing. Either way, my name is Julia Christina, and I am a registered clinical therapist, a researcher, a coach, and the creator of my membership community, the Shift Society, that you can get more information about in the description below. I help heart-centered humans break through the crap that is holding them back so that they can like themselves and their lives more every day. And this thing that many of us are doing is crap that is holding us back. It is getting in our way. And this is this whole concept. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to go into some nuances about it. And it's going to make a lot more sense. And it's going to be really helpful by the end. But this concept of our expectations of others being out of alignment with what they are offering, and even sometimes what is reasonable. Now, I say reasonable loosely because there's no kind of like divine, script or checklist for what is reasonable and what is unreasonable. What is a reasonable expectation and what is an unreasonable expectation for other people? That's going to vary to a large extent. But just sort of generally speaking, these expectations that we have of others can not be super helpful in general, especially if other people aren't willing or able to meet them, and especially when these expectations are ones that most people aren't willing or able to meet, and why that is not a bad thing. I realize I'm speaking a little bit cryptically right now, so let me go into explaining this a little bit more. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone where, it's a friend, it's a partner, it's a family member, where you personally are going through something really hard, really stressful, really difficult, and you kind of expect this person to make your stress or your challenging situation or your difficulties super important to them, where it's like top of mind for them. And maybe you're not even aware that you're doing this and you're not consciously doing it. But if you've ever said something like, why wouldn't they just do that? Or why weren't they there for me? Or why didn't they return my call right away? Or why didn't they return my text? Or why didn't they even think to check in on me? Or why didn't they do this? Or why didn't they do that? Or how come they did that? Whatever that is, you're like, they didn't do that. They did do that. Why didn't they? They should have. Anything like.
Man, are y'all listening? Listen. Closure is synonymous with acceptance. The moment you understand, I can only control what is mine. I can't control, somebody else. I can't control their actions or their responses to something. I can only control what is mine to control. Now, with that said, we got Kenny on the line. Kenny, get back in here, bro.
I'm here.
So, when we left off, right, I was explaining to you that you can't, it doesn't align. You saying that, I really, really love myself, but I seek it from others. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I think I'm getting it a little bit. I'm in this chat. I think I'm getting it a little bit, though. It may be something. Maybe it's not 100%. Maybe it's maybe it's less than 100% as far as me loving myself. I think I do need to, because Nazarene responded to me in some way and said that I should give myself grace. I'm seeking validation. I don't know, in some way I'm seeking that because something is missing inside where I'm not content with who I am, where I am.
See? So you can't.
So do
you?
That.
So you feel that, right?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right.
No, now because I'm confused. I feel because I'm not. It's not. Yeah. Nah. I'm not even going to elongate anything. I get it though. I'm there with you.
Right. So, if that's the case, self-love, right? The love of self, right? The acceptance of self, right? This is a big part for you. Listen. Remember when we talked about love? When you radiate love, you don't desire it. You don't want it from others, but it comes to you organically, without force, without demand, right? Listen to what Paramahansa Yogananda says. Love gives without expecting anything in return. Do you see that? That right there. Love gives without expecting anything in return, because it can give and not feel a sense of loss, as if, that love I gave away lessens the amount I have to give the next time. Love is infinite. Love is synonymous with God. Do you understand? It's a high level of consciousness. It is not a verb. Stay with me, Kenny. When we come forward, I'm going back to Detroit. This brother, he needs it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tyreek Wynn. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Former President Trump has cast his ballot ahead of next week's primary election in Florida. Afterwards, Trump talked to reporters and said his campaign is going well. Later in North Carolina, the former president focused on his political rival, Kamala Harris, who is black, accusing her of decimating the middle class with radical liberal policies. The founder of famous Amos Cookies has died at the age of 88. Wallace Wally Amos Jr., who is black, died Tuesday at his Honolulu, Hawaii home from complications of dementia, his family says. Pennsylvania State Police are releasing the results of a study on last year's traffic stops. According to the report, there were 450,000 traffic stops in Pennsylvania, with most of them happening during the daytime on weekdays. The study also said people of color were not statistically more likely to get arrested or searched than white people in Pennsylvania. That's the latest. I'm Tyreek Wynn on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Come out to Dodger Stadium on Tuesday, July 23rd at 7:10 p.m. versus the Giants for Women's Night. Purchase a special ticket package and receive an exclusive Women's Night tumbler presented by UCLA Health. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
I need your dollar, that's what I need.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me?
Time to get
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes,
why should we be silent?
Turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone, and should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk. Here's what happens when you advertise on KBLA Talk 1580.
3, possibly 4 weeks ago, I heard an advertisement on your radio station from a company called Grid Solar. I would love to have that phone number so I can reach out to them with reference to solar panels being installed on my property.
Our listeners are aware and engaged, but more than that, they are loyal. When they hear empowering messages that uplift their community and help them live better lives, they respond. No medium reaches this coveted Black audience like KBLA Talk 1580. So, hit us up today at smb@kbla1580.com and let us help you connect with our loyal listeners. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. Money to put. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Timbo, Neo, Loso.
I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. Mommy, I'm good all by myself, but baby, you make me better. 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 You make me better.
You plus me, it equal better math. Your boy a good look, but she my better half. I'm already bossing, already flossing, but why have a cake if it ain't got the sweet frosting? Yeah. You're keeping me on my A game without having to say name. They may flame, but shorty, we burn it up. The sag in my swag, pep in my step. Daddy do the Gucci, mommy in Giuseppe's. Yes, it's a G thing. Whenever we swing, I'ma need Coretta Scott if I'm gonna be king.
I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. Mommy, I'm good all by myself.
Is there a part of you that wants to forgive someone because you recognize that it will help you feel better, but maybe you don't know how to forgive them and it doesn't feel easy? Is it even possible to forgive someone that really hurt you? Someone that betrayed your trust and did something so terrible and emotionally painful that maybe it hurts to live sometimes? Is there a part of you that thinks you need an act of remorse in order to experience forgiveness, such as an apology or recognition of wrongdoing? Although apologies and acknowledgement of wrongdoing can be healing, they may not be easy to come by, they may never happen, and if they do happen, they may not provide you with the relief you're looking for. It's important for you to know that your ability to forgive does not need to be conditional upon the behavior and actions of the person or the people that hurt you. Hi, my name is Penny. I help you heal anxiety, trauma, and
Man, oh man, the Shevitz. We on fire tonight. My brother Kenny is cooking. Kenny?
Brother Zoe.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you had some clarification for me. What is it?
You can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that it's not the love that I'm seeking. It's the approval for some reason. I may be wrong, but that's how I feel. I'm holding on to relationships, family relationships, intimate relationships because of the approval. Because I don't know if I didn't get it growing up, my cousins and things. I'm staying in these toxic family chats, getting ignored, this, that, and the third, but still, continuously driving myself to keep going and keep spewing love in hopes to get it back or in hopes to receive approval.
Okay, so
from those people.
All right,
it's weird.
No.
I believe that it's that.
This is good. Hold on, approval, right? That's what you said. It's not love, it's approval, right?
Yes.
Okay. Andy had a question for you. Andy just wanted to know if you played any sports.
Not any organized sports, but yeah, I've been to sports a lot.
Okay.
I mean, physical, like basketball and football coming up, but not for a team.
Got it.
I've never played for a team.
Okay, but let me address the approval piece. When you cultivate self-love, you don't need approval either.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? I don't want you to try to ideologically squirm out of this. This is what they call intellectualization. I'm going to intellectualize an answer to make it make sense for me. And I'm finna bottom line it for you. Yes, I said finna. I'm about to bottom line it for you, okay? The bottom line is you're going to have to embrace where you are so you can elevate from there. You're not fully embracing the fact. Like, you may say, I think I'm anxious, preoccupied. Maybe you should sit down with a therapist and really dig into it and see what they say, right? because you say, I'm looking for this approval. Let me hit you with this. This is Paramahansa Yogananda. Real love is when you are constantly watching the progress of your soul. As soon as you cater to someone's physical desires and bad habits, you are not loving your supreme soul anymore. You're just pleasing that person to avoid ill will. No matter how unpleasant it is to tell a friend that he is wrong, if you say it with love in your heart and stand firm on it, sometimes that person will respect you if you are right. If you are wrong, even then, he will know that you did it with serenity, out of love. Are you listening? Like, listen, love is a type of observation. I'm talking about self-love. It's a type of self-observation. When you love yourself, you go, oh, I'm aware of this aspect of me. I'm aware of my shadow. I'm aware of my triggers. And if you empathize with these things, you start to emanate what you claim you are seeking. Now, the great poet, Rumi, says, what we are seeking is also seeking us. Right? Now, he's not saying go seek it outside. See, you have to seek inside first. When you find it and cultivate this deep, unconditional love for yourself, you become the embodiment of love. Now, what do moths do? Moths, what do they do around the fire, around the flame?
They, I guess, gather around. Do they gather around?
Yeah. Like a moth to the flame. They will come to you without your effort. You will attract. This is why we say relationships are mirrors. You get what you are. And right now, you're confused because you haven't totally accepted the full range of who you are. You're anxious, preoccupied according to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is somebody who has a worthiness wound. And how many times have I said on this show, that worthiness wound has an insatiable appetite. You can feed a worthiness wound some worthiness, and you go, damn, that was delicious. That was a rich cracker. You got any more? You become Tyrone. The wound is Tyrone Biggums. You see? So the wound is never going to be full. It's never going to be satiated until you heal it. Do you see? You, Brother Kenny, cannot or will not heal it until you accept it for what it is. Does that make sense?
It does. You just have to get on that journey to figuring out how to accept if I'm not already doing that.
No, you are not going to figure it out. You're just going to accept it.
I got you.
Do you see? Do you see how your mind is creating frameworks and concepts and schemas in order for you? Well, I just got to figure out how to. That's your old mind. Your old mind is controlled by those old wounds. Those old wounds need their supply. Feed me, feed me. No, I'm saying sit with yourself as you are, accept yourself, and begin to pour love and empathy into yourself. Begin to say, regardless of how I am, regardless of how I became this way, regardless, I forgive everybody. I love everybody, including myself. Do you see? That is the process of healing.
For sure. For sure.
You got me?
I do. 100%.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Guess what you just did?
or Detroit in the building.
You already know Detroit is in the house. Detroit made it real. When we come forward, we going back to Los Angeles. Let's get it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys.
Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet?
Grab the keys.
How about we drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is...
grab the keys?
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse Limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I did them all now. Hop out of caskets. They should arrest you or whoever trusts you. Ain't gon' stress you, but I'ma let you know, girl. You be killing them. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them. You be killing them, girl. You be killing them. You ain't gotta worry about her. Shorty straight. Been chasing her for 2 days. First 48. Her bad cause she worth every cent. She look like the best money that I ever spent. Just watching my cutie pie get beautified make me want better jewels, a newer ride, Louboutin shoes. She got too much pride, her feet are killing her. I call it suicide. Looking good has its sacrifices. Chilly weather bring 4-figure jacket prices. Her body nice, face down, give you that iPhone 4.
FaceTime. Shorty in the streets, still handle the home.
Hey guys, I'm Heidi Preeb. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today we are talking about how to let go of or move on from past relationships. And before we get too deep into this topic, I first want to spend some time unpacking what it means when we say that we can't move on, or what it means to be kind of stuck in our feelings about something that is already over. So to kind of lay the groundwork for some of the language I'm going to use for the rest of this video, I want to talk about how relationships have a couple of components. One is the actual literal relationship we have with people. So if you are in a partnership with someone, you have the time you spend together, the things you do together, the conversations you have with each other. But then also there is the relationship that you have with yourself around that relationship. And a big part of that includes the stories we tell ourselves about what it means about us to be in a particular relationship. And I think that a lot of the time when we find ourselves struggling to let go of or move on from relationships, what we're actually getting stuck on is the story or whatever other kind of meaning we're making out of the relationship itself. So on this channel, we talk.
Wow, that's heat. That's fire. Come on, let me get my final call in here. This is good tonight. LS, Hawthorne, California. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well, good evening, Kingzo. So my thoughts on tonight is I do definitely agree that the what we need is just for ourselves, right? Regardless of what a person tells you, you can't change what happened. So truly the closure is just for you if you want it. Whether you are the person who is messing up the most or the person who came and tried to show all of yourself and be open and understanding and do more, it's always for yourself. Because what if you're in a situation where the person dies? Are you going to hold on to it forever because you didn't get that closure? You can't. So it has to be for yourself.
I love
it. That's what I got for tonight. But I did have a question.
Go ahead, LS. Go ahead, LS.
Okay, so I have no idea about really exactly like love is. Because it's not a state of being. It's not something you can do. It feels like goodness and bright joy, bliss, all the things that are ineffable that you cannot really describe or have a description for. So then if you're not truly aware or have a definition for what that is, but when you interact with people, they say to you that you have so much love, you're so kind. How do you know that?
Just remember,
you
I see where you are with this. Just remember this. It's baseline. There's going to be very few people who can see that you are love. Most people see what you do. They go, you see what I'm saying? They're judging you based off of how you are, how you behave. They don't see who you are. Like, it's, oh, you did that. Oh, you know what? You're very sweet. But that's based on what you're doing. Very few people can see your being. Very few, I promise you. The levels of fear, the levels of ego, the levels of competition, all of that stuff really, and the levels of unhealed wounds, shame, guilt, all of that serves as a filter, and people will narrow you down to what you are doing and how it impacts them. Do you see? So yeah, they will attribute love. They will be like, "Oh yeah, you're so loving, you're so kind," but that's based off of how you show up for them.
Right.
You see, and that's most people.
That's most people. So if you are showing, like, that's why I asked. I was like, does love have a need to love on others or share that love with others? Or does it just have to be? If people come into I'm sorry.
So I'm trying to answer you real quick. Does love have a need to love others? Is that what you said?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
I believe that is, like,
So-
the word need is the only word I can say, like, love is bursting inside of you and someone comes into contact with you. Do you have to do good or just be the brightness? Like, if you see a need, like, aid and help, like.
So do you agree that love is synonymous with God?
Yes, and God has no needs.
Right. The Quran. Allahu as-Samad. Allah is needless. So that means when you tap into the highest level of love, love is also needless.
So it just is. It doesn't prompt you to aid or do.
No, you're going to be. Like Mother Teresa was being love. She wasn't doing love. See,
So because she was loved, and that's why her actions were the way they were.
Doing is it? Do you see what I'm saying? It's a different level of consciousness.
Yeah.
Being is radiating. It's just the sun is just being the sun. It's not doing the sun. It's being the sun. So let me give you this. Paramahansa Yogananda. God is love, and love is the panacea for human suffering. There is nothing greater than love, God's quality of attraction and unity that is manifested in the soul of every being. Do you see that? God is love, and love is the panacea for human suffering. Do you know how many people suffering? Married, engaged, going together. It's complicated. Walking down the street. Do you know how many people suffering? And what did Buddha say about suffering?
You already know.
Attachment.
Suffering is your suffering.
Attachment is the source of suffering.
Others.
So there you got it. Most people are calling attachment love, but you suffering.
Yes.
And you in need.
So be like Buddha.
And you
be
need.
alone?
And you still need. Now, I'm in love, but I need you to pay attention to me. Then you ain't in love, especially with yourself. Oh, Lord have mercy. Sweetheart, guess what you just did?
By Hawthorne in the building.
You already know Hawthorne is in the building. Yo, we appreciate the call. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for chiming in. The voice of reason, man. We own one tonight. And I'm really trying to push the envelope because there's a lot of people out there talking street love, ghetto love, 99-cent store love, Dollar Tree love. That's all low consciousness love. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive. Liquor store love. You understand? Energy drink love. Like, that ain't love, man. Listen, we started the conversation. You don't have to agree with anything we said. Hey, but it is up to you to finish it. Let's continue these types of discussions. This was an amazing conversation, and I hope to see you guys all back here next week when we do it all again. The Voice of Reason, I'm out. Deuces.
Beat it up. You ain't never had a thug. You gon' fall in love. A bottle of that liquid courage on the way now. All my ladies taking shots, I know that they down.
I said, ooh, she wildin', she do a thing, lames get shot down. She do a bang, bang, she attract rappers and the ones who do the same thing. Players in the league and the dope boy who slang things. All trying to pull up.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest